Welcome to Creating New Possibilities in the New Year with Tapping. I want to start with a quote from Dave Ellis. He wrote a book called Creating Your Future. And the quote is, "Creating your future is an act of artistry, much like the work of a composer, artist, cook, designer, or writer. When you do this kind of creating, you are the author of your future." The new year, as much as everyone was totally excited about it and really bad-mouthing 2020, the new year is kind of looking like the old year for the brief moment, right? So we're really getting a glimpse, and even though things are on the horizon and good things are coming, and we can sense that in a lot of different ways, it may take whatever, a couple months, half a year. So it's what it's coming back down to again that I can see is it's going to be, at least for the first part of the year, inside growth, right? It's an inside game. And so tapping is something that can really assist us with that before we break out of our shell into the new world, right? So tapping is used to relieve stress, frustration, anxiety, and studies have shown that EFT tapping is effective in relieving PTSD, getting people unstuck, overcoming procrastination, things like that. So here's our agenda for the day. I'm going to be looking down at my notes to make sure I got everything. So we're going to review the tapping points in the sequence because we have some people that are new. We are going to talk about, before we do tapping, we check in with ourselves for a rating scale. Some of you may remember. So we just check in, how are we feeling? So 1 is not so great, and 10 is feeling really wonderful, right? And we want to write that down so then that way when we start tapping and we get done with it, we can look down, and sometimes people forget. They're like, oh, I think I felt the same way when I started. But when we can look down and actually see our own handwriting, and we're like, wow, I was feeling that, and now I'm feeling this. It's much more a way to really check in with ourselves and see what happened and how we're feeling. So we're going to tap and we're going to do a session, and then we're going to breathe, be quiet for a moment, connect and share, and then we're going to do a second session. And the reason why we're going to do a second session within this hour is it's a second session that often goes even more deeper, right? The first one clears away the stuff, and then we can go deeper. And then we'll do a little sharing and end, and the intention is to be complete in an hour. There's a disclaimer. EFT tapping is not yet sanctioned by the medical community. So if you're needing medical or psychological assistance, please see a professional. Okay. EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. And there are variations, but there's 9 base tapping points, and we're going to go through them. And you can do it with your left hand or your right hand. I encourage you to come tap along with me as we go through this practice. So the first one is, this is the karate chop point, right? As if you're doing karate somebody, right? Something. So you take 2 fingers or 3, and it's just below the finger, the little finger, and you tap on the soft part of your arm. Okay, tapping there. So that's the first one, the karate chop point. So I will often say karate chop or hand. And you can keep your eyes open when we tap, and you can keep tapping. It's a nice way to warm up. And you can keep your eyes when you open your tap, and I'll also call out the different points. And just to let you know, there's flexibility in tapping. So you can do it left hand or right hand. Either one's fine, whatever's most comfortable. When the next point is on the eyebrow. So it's just on the inside. Okay, so it's on the inside of it. And again, you can do both, or you can do left or right. I usually just do one, and I call this the eyebrow. And then side of the eye, so if you come down the eyebrow right on the ridge, side. Feel that? Take a nice deep breath. Sometimes you can start feeling the relaxation working a little bit. And then under the eye, right on the cheekbone, right underneath the eye. Again, left or right hand is fine. And if you're doing it by yourself, it's usually something like 5 to 7 taps. You can just, we usually do a little bit more than that. So, but if you're seeing what's recommended. Then underneath the nose, between the lip and the nose, I'll just call that underneath the nose. Then we have the chin point. It is not on the chin though, it's in the crevice. Chin point, and then collarbone. So you can feel your collarbone, it's right on the inside of it. You can do it with 1 hand or 2 hands, or you can just do it gently with an open hand. and you basically get both points. I do it that way. Anyways, fine. You could also do it with a gentle fist. Get it? I usually do the open hand. And then under the arm, it's as if you're, one moment. Great. So as if you the hands widths down on the side of the arm, gentle tapping. Just use 2 or 3 fingers or your whole hand. So that'll be under the arm. You can do it 2. Sometimes I do the hug move, right? That's nice. Sometimes it's just 1. Okay. And then the last one in the cycle is the top of the head. So it can be open hand or it can be 2 fingers. I think it's a little easier to do top of the open hand for myself, but it's whatever works for you. All right. Okay, take a deep breath, shake it out. Okay, and then the base statement, or the statement that goes along with it, what we say out loud is, even though, and you don't have to memorize this, I will say it, and then there'll be a pause, and you'll have an opportunity to say it, either out loud or inside your head. But it's even though I am blank. So meaning, even though I am frustrated, even though I'm sad, we can do it right on the cry chat point, even though I'm really disappointed. So even though I am blank, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay, so that is the 9 points that we're going to be going through and the statement, and you'll just be following along. There's a couple more things we're going to cover real quick. We name the negative feeling first, and then we move into the deeply and completely love and accept. Some people, myself included, at first I was like, why do we even have to name the negative thing? We shouldn't name the negative thing. And they name it to release it. They don't name it to anchor it in. They don't name it to stay on it. They name it to release it, because if something is in our unconscious and we don't even know it, we have to be aware of it before we can let it go. So we name it to let it go. We name it to release it. So we're going to say, even though I'm sad and frustrated, or even though sometimes I'm sad and frustrated, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay. How does EFT tapping work? We can go on for hours about this and do plenty of research. We're not going to do that, but there's a few sentences here that will help you with your own logical mind, embracing this new traditional Chinese medicine practice. And then if someone asks you tomorrow, what did you do? And you say EFT tapping, they go, what? You can give them a few sentences and give them a clue about what that is. So similar to acupuncture, EFT focuses on the meridian points or energy hotspots to restore balance to your body's energy. Based on Chinese traditional medicine, meridian points are thought of as areas of the body energy flows through. These pathways help balance energy flow to maintain your health. Any imbalance can influence disease or sickness. Acupuncture uses needles to apply pressure to these energy points. EFT uses fingertips tapping to apply pressure. Proponents say that tapping helps you access your body's energy and send signals to the part of the brain that controls stress. They claim that stimulating the meridian points through EFT tapping can reduce the stress or negative emotion you feel from your issue, ultimately restoring balance to your disrupted energy. Okay. Okay, so the 2-part of the evening, as well as there's an upcoming 6-week class starting next week. The 2-part is, first we deal with just whatever is, whatever stress, whatever anxieties that's happening in the world, what is happening in your world, and to release it, let that go. And then the 6-week class is really based on creating the 2021 that you want, right? And you prefer. And so each week of the class will have a different focus for the class, such as tapping into inspiration and our creativity, courage to live our goals and dreams, increasing health and taking action to support ourselves. And I'll include the link later. You can see all those different topics and focuses for each of the weeks. Okay, so let's get ready for the first tapping session for this evening. So go ahead and get comfortable. maybe feet on the floor, maybe not, whatever works for you. Just stretch it out a little bit, roll your shoulders a little. Take a nice gentle breath in. You can turn your camera off if you want to. You can leave it on if that helps you stay focused and present and aware. You can follow me. I'll be talking out loud and showing you where and what to tap. And one note, you can start tapping on your karate chop point. If you get sidetracked in a thought, and then all of a sudden you come back and we're not on the same point you were on with us a moment ago, right? Don't worry about it. It's okay. Just come to wherever we're at. There's a lot of flexibility. It's sort of like if you're in a yoga class, right? If you're in a yoga class and you're stretching and you can't quite do the move, that's fine. You do what you can do, right? Or if you need to get a drink of water and then you come back to the class, or, you know, so you miss whatever little portion or stretch, it's 100% fine. There'll be still, my experience is still incredible benefit to the tapping. Also want to let you know, some people really report yawning, a lot of yawning to release when releasing the stretch and getting more oxygen. And some of us are maybe perhaps need a little more sleep. So there's a relaxation there. Some people feel a little warmer. Some people definitely feel some energy. Some people don't have any of those feelings, and they just, and usually you'll check in with yourselves about feeling the level of peace and calm afterwards. But I just want to give you the heads up what some people sometimes feel, and it's 100% fine. If it feels uncomfortable, take a pause, you know, take a break, you know, and just stretch it out, get a drink of water, stretch, you know, take care of yourself with this. All right, so take a moment now. Ideally, you have something before we start. Check inside, what level of stress or discomfort, unhappiness that you may be feeling. One is, I'm really feeling crummy, everything's out of control, this is so messed up. Number 10 is everything's perfect, I'm totally loving everybody and everything and myself. And so go ahead and just write down, there's no right and no wrong. You're not gonna be graded. It's for yourself to check in later for a difference. Okay, so go ahead and write that number down and we'll come on back to the karate chop point and we'll start. Even though I'm stressed about the current situation, I'm deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm concerned about what's going on, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though so many people see things so differently, it seems like this is an impossible situation we're in, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay, on the eyebrow, even though I get frustrated with the yelling in our country, I choose to relax now. Side of the eye, even though I get frustrated with the lack of compassion with what's going on, I choose to relax now. Underneath the eye, even though I'm tired of the lack of kindness and the childish behavior that's going on, I choose to relax now. Underneath the nose, even though I get upset seeing grown men and women not being able to talk to each other, I'm choosing to become more balanced now. Collarbone, or I'm sorry, chin point. Even though I sometimes get upset with myself, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Collarbone, even though sometimes I get really frustrated with myself for wasting time, I'm deeply and completely loving and accepting myself. Underneath the arms, even though I sometimes get upset with myself for setting goals and not meeting them. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Top of the head, even though sometimes I think I should be farther along than I am, and I experience frustration, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Staying on the top of the head, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. On the cry chop point, it's 100% normal to get stressed by what's happening in the world. Staying on the cry chop point, it's normal to get upset when people are yelling. On the eyebrow point, it's normal to get upset when people are fighting. Side of the eye, is it okay for me to create a better life for myself with new possibilities, even when others don't? Underneath the eye, is it okay for me to be calm and loving even now? Underneath the nose, I can stay involved and experience greater calm. On the chin point, I can stay involved and experience greater calm. Collarbone, I can stay involved and experience greater calm. Under the arm, I'm experiencing more acceptance of myself as I consider creating new possibilities. Top of the head, I'm experiencing more acceptance of myself as I consider creating new possibilities. Cry chop point, I'm open to experiencing more fun in this new year. I'm open to experiencing more creativity in this new year. I'm open to experiencing more success in this new year. Eyebrow, is it okay for me to experience more fun, creativity, health, and success in this new year? Side of the eye, is it okay for me to experience more fun and creativity in this new year? Underneath the eye, is it okay for me to experience more health and success in this new year? Under the nose, I am both spiritual and human. It is okay for me to experience joy in both realms. On the chin, it is safe for me to experience joy. Collarbone, it is wonderful for me and others when I experience more joy, creativity, and fun. Under the arms, it is wonderful for me and others when I experience more joy, creativity, and fun. Top of the head, for as I tap into this positive energy and create new possibilities for myself, I give permission to others to do the same. Cry chat point. For as I tap into positive energy and create new possibilities for myself, I give permission to others to do the same for themselves. On the eyebrow, even though I sometimes get scared, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Side of the eye, even though I sometimes get scared, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Under the eye, even though I sometimes don't think I can do it, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Under the nose, even though I sometimes get frustrated and I don't ask for support, and I try to do it all by myself, I still deeply and completely love and accept myself. Chin point, I'm willing to try new things this year so I can enjoy new possibilities. Collarbone, I'm willing to be kinder and gentler with myself this year so I can experience new possibilities. Under the arm, I'm willing to laugh more and connect more this year, all in service to me experiencing new possibilities. Top of the head, I choose to relax now. Staying on the top of the head, it is safe for me to consider these ideas. Staying on the top of the head, it is safe for me to consider new ideas of experiencing more calm and creativity. On the cry chop point, even though sometimes I don't think the new year might be any better than the last year, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. On the eyebrow point, even though some of my family or friends or fellow citizens may think so differently than me, and I think things are so messed up, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Side of the eye, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Under the eye, I choose to relax now. Under the nose, I choose to relax now. On the chin, even though sometimes I get afraid, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Collarbone, even though sometimes I get angry and frustrated, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Underneath the arms, it's okay to be human and make mistakes. Top of the head, it's okay to be human and make mistakes. That is how we learn. Cry chop point, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Eyebrow. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Side of the eye. And you can fill in the blank, even though I deeply and completely love and accept myself. You can fill in the blank again, even though I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Underneath the nose, even though sometimes I'm just so tired of it all, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Underneath the chin, I choose to let it go now. Collarbone, I'm relaxing more now. Underneath the arms, I'm experiencing more loving and acceptance now. Okay, top of the head. We're going to stay up here for a little bit and then end this cycle. So even though I'm not always sure what to do, and sometimes I think I should know what to do, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Staying on the top of the head, one more sentence. Even though it seems like nobody really knows what to do sometimes, I know we're all in this together, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay, just gently put your hands down. Keep your eyes closed for a moment. Take a few breaths. You may feel energy moving in your hands or in different parts of your body. Just know that the energy is clearing away any of the old stuff and reconnecting you with your positive, creative energy. You can express gratitude if you want to. Okay. So you can bring yourself back. And then this is a really great time to take a look down on where you wrote down what number you were when you started. Sort of just check in and write down the new number so you have the data for yourself. 2 people in each breakout room. And what you are encouraged to do is to start with your first name. Start with, is this your first time tapping? Have you done it numerous times, many times? It doesn't have to be an exact count. So your name, how many times you've been tapping, and then you can either share how you felt beforehand, how you feel now, or you can just share how you feel now. You can share your numbers if you want to. The idea is just to connect and share what that experience was for you. We have just 40 seconds before everyone joins us, Molly, but do you want to share something?
Oh, well, I've been with your tapping a few times. I love doing it. It's always nourishing. It's just a terrible time of day for me, but I'm going to try to see if I can do your class because I really, it's just very peaceful. Thank you.
Yes. Excellent. Excellent. All right.
I might even try to be presentable at some point, John. So
you're awesome, Molly. All right, everyone. Welcome back. Good to see you. Let's move into the second session. It's going to be shorter. And go ahead and write down after your first session and after connecting and sharing and listening to other people, go ahead and write down the number. Exciting. Write down where you're at now. There's no right or wrong answer. And get yourself centered again. Take a nice gentle breath in. Let that out. Okay, and then we start with the cry chop. Always again. We're going to stay on this a few times. So it seems like a really nice warm-up place. Okay. Let me pull out my notes. All right, here we go. Even though I sometimes get concerned about life, I am ready for more. Even though I sometimes get concerned about life, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I sometimes get concerned about life, I'm ready to create new possibilities. And on the eyebrow point, even though I sometimes get concerned, I'm ready to be more loving with myself. On the side of the eye, even though I sometimes get frustrated, I'm ready to experience more fun and creativity. Underneath the eye, even though sometimes I get angry with myself, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Underneath the nose, even though I sometimes get concerned that everything is all messed up, I'm ready to be more loving with myself and experience more fun and creativity. On the chin point, even though others may not be ready for joy, happiness, and cooperation, I am. Going to the collarbone, even though others may not be ready for joy, happiness, and cooperation, I am. Underneath the arms, I'm ready to tap into my soul and divine positive energy. Top of the head, I'm ready to tap into my soul and divine positive energy. Cry chop point, even though sometimes I forget that I'm more than my frustrations, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. On the eyebrow point, even though I sometimes get sad that others don't seem ready to love more now, I am. On the side of the eye, even though sometimes I get frustrated that it just seems that others want to fight, I am ready to love and accept myself more now. Underneath the eye, it's safe to do this now. Under the nose, it's safe for me to do this now. Underneath the chin, it's safe for me to let go of the grief. On the collarbone point, it's safe for me to let go of the past. Top of the head, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. On the karate chop point, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Eyebrow, it's okay to be filled with positive healing energy. Side of the eye, it's okay to experience positive healing energy. Underneath the eyes, I give myself permission and allow myself to experience positive healing energy. Under the nose, I allow myself to be creative. On the chin, I allow myself to be inspired. On the collarbone, I allow myself to experience new possibilities. Top of the head, I am open and I am opening to new possibilities, to creativity, to inspiration, and to more joy and loving. On the karate chop point, I share this positive energy with others who are okay with receiving it. Eyebrow, I share this positive energy with others who are okay with receiving it. Side of the eye, it's okay to be human and make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Underneath the eye, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Underneath the nose, I deeply and completely love and accept myself, whatever I do and whatever I don't do. On the chin point, I now realize I can love and accept myself, whatever I'm doing or whatever I'm not doing. Collarbone, I now realize I can experience unconditional loving and acceptance, even while being human, even while I make mistakes, even when I'm scared, even when I'm not sure what I'm doing. Top of the head. It's okay to be learning. I realize now that I don't know everything, and others don't know everything either. On the eyebrow. I'm very clear now that I don't know everything, and others don't know everything, and that's okay. On the side of the eye. I realize now that I'm learning, and so is everyone else. So I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Underneath the eye, I deeply and completely love and accept myself as I learn. Underneath the nose, I do not need to hold my own loving back from me until I hit a certain point or know enough or achieve enough. I can love and accept myself now. On the chin point, I do not have to wait for anything or anyone before I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So just now, on the collarbone point, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And I allow myself to experience this loving. Top of the head, I allow myself to create new possibilities and be open to my creativity and inspiration. On the cry chop point, I allow myself to be connected with the loving and the positive energy and the wonderfulness of living. On the eyebrow, even though I sometimes get frustrated with myself, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. On the side of the eye, it's okay to release anything that needs to be released. Underneath the eye, it's okay to have the feelings that I have. Underneath the nose, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. On the collarbone, I am safe now. On the top of the head, I create more space for peace and calmness now. On the karate chop point, even though I may think I'm not ready, I am ready. Staying on the karate chop point, I'm grateful for what has happened, and I eagerly anticipate what is coming. On the eyebrow point, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. On the side of the eye, I am open to new possibilities. Under the eye, I now realize magnificent things can happen for me and others in the new year. Underneath the nose, I now realize magnificent things can happen for me and others in the new year. On the collarbone, I look forward to seeing where this journey is going to take me. On the top of the head, I am open to new possibilities of creativity, awareness, new levels of loving, and it's safe for me to allow these now. Staying on the top of the head, let's take a couple deep breaths. And then slowly bring your hand down. Rest it on your lap, whatever's comfortable. You can close your eyes for a moment. And just feel what's ever going on. Just hold yourself in a place of loving and acceptance for whatever is happening. And just know that this peace and calm that you're feeling, this positive energy you're feeling, is actually available to you almost all the time. Just a few taps away. And just take a few more breaths. Slowly bring your awareness back. And so just now we're going to talk about something very, very simple. You can do this tapping anytime you want. And this is one short little abbreviation of tapping that I found really helpful. I call it Tap Now. And I know it's 7 o'clock, so if you need to leave, I understand. We're going to wrap up in just 2 minutes. But this is Tap Now. So I've worked with clients and they've told me that they do it in meetings. They do it on Zoom calls. I had a client share with me that they did it while their spouse was driving. And she gets a little more upset with the traffic than he does. And so it's just on the karate chop point. So you just go on the karate chop and you just do the basic. Even though I'm frustrated, my wife is driving like this, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And so one thing to remember is when we talk about other people, whether it be people in politics, maybe it would be our neighbor, whether it be our spouse, whether it be our kids, whether it be our parents, it's not, the thing is even though I'm frustrated with my parents, even though I'm angry with these people, even though so the tapping is the thought or the emotion. The tapping isn't on the person, the tapping is on the thought or the emotion of the person. So if it's with my parents, which at the moment I don't have any upset with them, but if it would be even though I'm upset that my dad is doing this, or even though I'm upset that my dad isn't calling me, I deeply and completely love myself. So that is Tap Now. It's very simple. Every one of you can do. Now the hardest part, here's the hardest part of Tap Now. The hardest part of it is to remember to do it. Okay, so that's just, some of it's because it's new. Some of it's like, sometimes even I've been playing around with the different emotions. Sometimes I want to feel angry, or even angry with myself, like I deserve to be deserve to be yelled at, or so the more I can relax that and just start, and I don't have to feel good when I start. I can be really, really upset and I go, even though I hate everything, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even just with 1 point, I've experienced, and numerous people I've talked with experience movement. And so I invite you to give it a shot as you go back out into the world. All right, everyone. Thank you for participating. And I'll send out an email about the upcoming class next week, Thursday. And what I really wanted to say about that was if you can experience how you're feeling right now, and then think about what might happen if we did it week after week and really built up what I would call a tapping habit. So then it becomes possible, an option that you're aware of. And I've seen amazing things happen to that. So have a wonderful evening, lots of loving and light, and good night.
Good night. Thank you.